Well, what's up, guys? And welcome back to another episode of the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail. I really hope November's been great to you guys, and hopefully you guys have been getting into some good deer. Clearly, for us here on the Midwest Whitetail show, it's been a really good November and just a year overall not to forget. And with that, this week I'm really excited to bring this week's show to you guys. This is one that I personally am excited about. A little backstory on this. This week we're going to dive into a hunt that Collins Marine had this year. And what's very cool about Collins, and not just Collins, but a lot of us here on the staff, especially all the regional shows, is a lot of us are working normal day jobs. This is something that we truly just do it because we're passionate about it, and we enjoy telling our story through the lens here with hunting. But other than that, we just got to find ways to make it work. Not just jobs, most of us also have families, and with that family dynamic, a lot of us have kids. And so, as most of you know, with families of your own, there's a lot to juggle between work, family, and then the little bit of time you've got left to hunt. And what's unique about Collins, and I think we're really lucky to have him for this, is Collins does a really nice job of trying to get out there and get the youth involved. When he does have time to hunt, it's not just about him. He's done a really good job over the years of getting his kids out and getting them in the outdoors and helping guarantee that we continue to have outdoorsmen going forward. So I truly appreciate that as a father that also I try to put some of my kids' hunts before my own as well. I enjoy that anymore just as much as getting out myself. So it's fun to see Collins do that, but circling back, it's great to see him get one of his own too, considering the limited time that he has. So I won't take any more time. We'll dive right into this week's hunt, and I hope you guys enjoy Collins getting one on the ground.
Welcome back to this week's show. Can't wait to bring you guys this one. Had some success myself here last week, and kind of going to start from the beginning. One of my biggest goals every year is getting the family involved. And what that means for me is both boys are 8 and 9 this year, and they've taken a huge interest in hunting and fishing and just wanting to be outdoors as much as we can. So every year my goal is to get them out as much as I can, whether that's turkey hunting, deer hunting, fishing, waterfowl hunting. They just can't get enough of it. So it's awesome to see them starting to grow older and wanting to help out too, like learning the process more than just going with dad hunting while I do all the work. So the other part to this is Elizabeth. She is, ever since we started dating, she really took a big interest into wanting to go with me, and she went with me a few times, and then we finally got her a bow, and she was able to have some success. She shot her first deer 3 years ago, I believe, actually on Mike Reed's farm. He was generous enough to let us go late season, and she shot one with a muzzleloader and then started shooting the bow that following year and was able to shoot a couple deer, a doe, and a really nice buck off of this property. All of this starts well before hunting season. Down on this property and many others, I'm able to put a bunch of food plots in, and that starts into May. We're out spraying food plots, getting them ready to plant. And one of the things that this year I did a little bit different was actually during our summer meeting, Mike was generous enough to let me use his tractor and drill down here on this ground, and we were able to get some beans in the ground. All right, guys, here we are. It is June 10th, and we're getting ready to put some beans in the ground. We're back down on my home river bottom farm. We're actually on a food plot that I harvested my buck out of last year and had several encounters with some really good deer. The idea on this food plot is we're gonna get it in now, fence it off, and then take it down late season, but I'll also have some other green food plots up there, clover and some turnips. But this is just a good central area on the farm. A lot of deer come cruising through here during the rut, and then late season they load up on this food source. So one of the main reasons we're coming in here today with this Great Plains no-till drill is we have been in a big drought conditions here in Iowa. With this no-till drill, we're able to get these coulters into the ground, impact that soil, and get it down into the moisture. We just dug down and the moisture's not too far, but if we were to come in and disc it up, we would dry it out completely and we would have no moisture. So being able to put this seed into the little bit of moisture we have right now, it'll be a good start for the seed anyway, and then we still gotta pray for some rain, but at least we'll be able to get these seeds going without any rain. So fingers crossed, these seeds will be popping out of the ground here in the next week. So once we got those beans planted, the plan was to wait till late July, early August, and actually put some green food in that as well. And taking a step back, the way I've set up this plot in the past, when I first did it, I planted it all in one big food source, and it was just hard to get the deer within bow range and where you wanted them. So the last several years, what has worked best for me is I actually plant the beans and I fence them off. I don't want to open those up till late season because I want a late season food source. So I need something for early season. So to me, that is monster buck radishes and turnips. So this year what I did was came in late July, early August, and we actually disked it up a little bit. We had some rain in the forecast, so I decided to go ahead and disc. And I actually, on the south side of the plot, I decided to plant that half. It's about an 1.5 acre, 2 acre section. So I did basically 1 acre on the far side of the plot in monster buck turnips, and then in front of the blind, I chose to do monster buck radishes. The reason I did radishes in front of the blind is early season, it seems like those deer seem to key on that. So by doing that, my goal is to just bring the deer within shooting range, and I also accompanied that with a scrape tree, which just gives them something to key in on. It's kind of like fish with structure. They want to come check it out, and if you got a scrape there, there's a good chance you'll get a buck to come check it out. And you know, this plot came up really well, and it was middle September, and youth season was right around the corner, so the plan was to get the boys out, and for youth season, we actually found some success. Carson had an opening night doe kill. That was really fun, and then Cooper actually went with a buddy of mine, and they had some close encounters, but he was just not able to connect that opening night. So the plan for early muzzleloader was to get Cooper back out, and I'd actually had some bucks hitting those radishes and turnips and a couple mature ones. So I was excited to get Cooper in there, and we had a timely cold front coming, and as you guys can see, we were able to find some success.
Backwards. Just hang on. This might be your chance. Yeah, just hang on. This biggest buck that I ever shot. What pointer is it? At 8? Yeah. Okay. He's got me. We're gonna let him come. There, the big one's coming this direction. What? The big one's coming this direction. The one that you're gonna shoot? No, the one that you're gonna shoot. Oh. He's just old. He's big, boy. Hopefully I make a good shot. And I know he can. He's deep. Oh, he's coming. He's in the corner. Yep, just hang on. I need to get a shot. I need to. You're good, buddy. You have this back. I'm gonna open the window. Okay, shoot. I'm ready. Get ready to shoot. I will tell you when, okay? We're not gonna shoot him yet, okay? I will. I'll say not yet. Which one are you gonna shoot? The front. The front. Okay, not yet. No, anyone. Which one's bigger? The front one, I think, is a good one. The one that's walking away. Just walking to the right. We'll just let him stop. That's the big one. That's the one I want to shoot. Yep, just get on him, but don't shoot him yet, okay? Okay. We're just gonna let him stop, right? Yep. I don't want to say that. Just practice. He'll stop on his own. These dudes are getting up. Okay, when he stops, I'm gonna shoot, okay? Hang on. Alright. No, not yet. Wait for him to stop. He's gonna be in front of his toes. Okay, yeah, shoot. Not yet. Alright. Right on his shoulder, slowly. You smoked, buddy. Yeah. He's down. You got it. Buddy, you smoked him. Yes. That is perfect. There's the other buck in the back. Awesome, buddy. That was the one we were in here after. You absolutely smoked. Yes. Hey, give me some. Yes. How's that feel? You made a great shot.
You know, what an awesome memory that was with Cooper. that was his biggest buck, and to be there to witness it and film it and see his excitement was all worth it to me. So that was awesome to have Cooper find success on that plot as well. He actually shot his first buck there last year as well, so kind of cool. We both shot both our deer in the same blind the last couple of years. So going from Cooper's hunt, the plan going forward was to try and get Elizabeth on a deer and then myself as well. So, you know, I have a full-time job, so I don't get to hunt all the time, just kind of the weekends and then when I decide to take off. And I wasn't taking any time off until late October and in through the first couple weeks of November this year. So I believe the first good cold front we had, me and Elizabeth got out and had a couple good hunts. Weren't able to close the deal, but had some close encounters with does and some younger bucks. But come November 1st, that was my first day of vacation, or second day of vacation, and I had an awesome hunt. You know, it's just one of those properties that I've hunted my whole life, so it means a lot to me when I get to hunt down here, and I've really figured out the deer. So leading into that week of the 7th, as you guys are gonna see, I had some awesome hunts, and it ended up with a buck that I couldn't be more proud of.
Good morning. Sweet November is finally here. I'm excited to see how the morning unfolds. It's been pretty slow so far, but it's only about a half hour after, it's almost sunrise right now. Here comes some deer. It was an awesome day. Couldn't ask for much more out of November 1st, but things are just going to keep getting better from here on out. So I'm excited to get back out here in the next few days. I got Friday off, and then Saturday we're going to try and get Elizabeth on a deer. So if the wind's right, we'll be back in this stand, but if not, we'll be somewhere else on this property. So good morning. Welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. Elizabeth and I are back down here on the River Bottom Farm. We actually both brought our bows today, so if Elizabeth gets one shot, maybe I'll get a chance, or we'll see. So should be fun though. Our first hunt of the rut, and heck yeah, I'm ready. You good? All right. Good morning. Welcome back to Midwest Whitetail. Got in a little bit late this morning. Had to go drop the kids off at school, and then rode the Kaufman bike in and got in here. I love it. It's November. Never know what happened or what might happen. So we'll see. We're gonna stick in here till about noon probably. The wind's supposed to switch to the north around then. We'll see how the morning goes and go from there. part of the self-filming game right there. Couldn't have worked out any better. I just got done rattling about 2 minutes ago, and nothing had come, so I sat down, and I was sitting here, and I heard a grunt. And I looked up, and here comes the 6.5-year-old bait that I'm in here after. And he came right to me. Literally couldn't have drawn it up any better. Right to the base of the tree, essentially 5 yards. The problem was, he almost got too close, is what the problem was, but he came into my shooting lane right here, and I was zoomed out, and I got in front of him, and I was gonna draw back, and when he got in there, I was gonna stop him. Well, instead of walking through, he ran through and then stopped, and I couldn't get the camera back on him quick enough, and it just didn't work out. Gosh, that was a sweet encounter, though. That's disappointing, that's for sure. Had him dead to rights right here at 5 yards. Put in all this time and work for that situation, and the camera is what saved his life. So. Last hour and a half has been fairly slow. I've seen a couple more small bucks and a couple does, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick it out for a couple more hours here. See if we can't catch a mid-morning cruiser coming through, and then we're gonna switch it up for tonight and go sit on some food. Been getting some does hitting the turnip plot next to the redneck, and it's gonna be colder tonight, so hopefully those does will be up on their feet going to food, and these bucks will be either with one of the does or coming to check. But also want to give this area just a little bit of a break. I hunted it pretty hard the last 3 days, and I mean I haven't penetrated into it, but I've seen a lot of deer, and I've called this buck a couple times, and he is just not interested. So go hunt a different deer on the other side of the farm and see what happens. But we've still got a couple hours that we're gonna sit here, so who knows, maybe something will come strolling through. Just moved spots here for the afternoon. Back sitting in the redneck overlooking this food plot. Decided I want to be on food this afternoon. Yesterday I sat in the timber and everything I saw was basically going to food, so figured I got plenty of food on this farm, so might as well sit it. I'm also though in a good transition for any bucks cruising midday to see this decoy out in this food plot and come check it, or just bucks checking this food plot for does in general. like I said, it's about 12 o'clock, and I already actually had one good 2-year-old stroll through in front of me. He was on a mission heading east. Not exactly sure what we're gonna see on this side of the farm. There's a real mature 8-point that I'd probably shoot, and then another 10. Not 100% sure yet if he's a shooter, and then the 8, just a couple other 8s, and possibly EB and some other deer. So we'll see. Should be a fun sit though. Conditions feel really good. It's north wind, gonna be in the 40s, so hopefully they're hungry and some of these does can pull a couple bucks out to the plot tonight. Alright, quick update here. It is about 4:30, and as you guys can see, not too long ago I actually had a buck come out, beeline straight to the decoy, and he tried mounting it and knocked the dang thing over. So, of course though, right when he came out, a bunch of other deer started coming as well. So I let all those deer work off, and then I elected to go out and pick up the decoy and set it back up. On this plot, I have been seeing quite a few does, but what I've been noticing is these bucks come, run the does right off. So I'm really kind of keying in on this decoy as to draw a buck. So if a mature buck comes to the plot checking for does, he doesn't just walk off when he doesn't see anything. I'm hoping he sees this decoy and will come commit to it, and I can get a shot. But got about 45 minutes left, so hopefully we get some more action coming to the plot. I think we will, but no mature bucks yet, but some pretty good young ones. So hopefully the next 45 minutes will bring us something a little more mature. But stick with us, it should be fun. Oh man, talk about last minute. I was basically getting things packed up in the blind, and I was like, oh, let me just scan the field one more time. I had like 10 minutes of light left, and I looked up, and there's a buck chasing a doe coming right towards the plot. And it's actually this real old 8-point. Nothing huge, spectacular in the rack department, but just an awesome mature buck. He came straight out to the field, and I was chasing the doe around. Every time he'd get close to the decoy, he'd kind of posture up, but he never got quite close enough. And finally here at the end, he got just close enough, and I was able to get a shot off with 2 minutes left. So holy cow, was that fun. Talk about a change in emotions real quick. But he dropped right there, so I did end up going down and putting a couple more in him just to help him expire even quicker. But heck yeah, buck down, and let's go check him out. Lucky decoy. Heck yes. It's a sweet buck. Just an old mature Iowa 8-point. Heck yeah. Almost a year ago today, I got one last year.
All right, guys. Well, it's the next morning, as you can see, and here he is, getting him out for some better light, and just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on this guy. Like I said, this is a very mature deer. He showed up on the farm. He was the first deer in velvet I had this year, actually, and he was been here ever since, never really moved off. He did transition slightly during the fall, but it's a pretty big farm, so he stayed on it though. And this is actually a deer. He's, I believe, at least 5.5, 6.5 years old, but he might be older. I got looking at some pictures last night, and I had a deer down here 4 years ago that I called Beams Jr., and he disappeared. And this honestly looks a lot like that deer. With his maturity, I would not be surprised if he just showed back up and called it home this year. I had a few pictures last year of a deer similar to this, but I mean, as you guys can see just by his face, he's super mature. He was the boss when he came into that field chasing that doe all around, and it's been an awesome week of hunting. Had some super close encounters with another nice 8-point, 9 technically, broke one off, and then EB. But by this guy last night coming in, I just couldn't pass up that opportunity, and it was a classic rut hunt, you know. But I think that decoy is what really helped seal the deal. He came in, got a little too close to the decoy, and started to posture up, and I was able to make the shot. But as you guys saw, he went down right away, and I thought I spined him, but as you can see, the shot was literally right behind the shoulder. He was quartered away a little bit, so I don't know if it hit that offside shoulder, and that's what, like, hit a nerve or something, and he dropped. But I was able to put another one in him, and he expired real quick. So just couldn't be more thankful for my November 10th buck. And got a lot of hunting left. Elizabeth still has a buck tag. Carson has a buck tag. So I think we're actually getting out with Elizabeth tonight. She's got a doe and a buck tag in her pocket. So we're gonna go after some, and hopefully we'll be bringing you guys another hunt with Elizabeth tagging a buck here tonight. But thank you guys for watching today's show, and we'll see you next week. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that hunt. I know I did, and it really makes all the work that you put in worth it. All the early mornings that I went out working on food plots and stuff, because when you got kids, you got to find the time to do it. And I was waking up at 4 a.m. sometimes to get out there and get stuff done. But there's still a lot of season left. You know, this is one of my favorite times of the year. Even though I am tagged out, you never know what's going to show up. This is when, especially river bottom ground like this, you get those bucks. They've kind of bred all the does in their area, and they really start expanding their range. Usually this time of year is when I start getting the bucks that I've never seen before. And if you got the food, they might actually stick around, even not just cruise through. So Midday sits can be really effective right now. These bucks, they'll get on some does, and then as soon as they get off, they're out searching, and they might have to go 1.5 miles before they find some. So put in the time. I know it can be hard, but it can make it worth it. That 10 to 2 time frame seems to be really good for me this time of year. But if any of you guys still have a tag to fill, I wish you the best of luck. It's still a really good time of year. Just keep grinding, and appreciate you guys tuning into this hunt.
Well, that's going to wrap up the action from this week's show. I just want to personally take a second to congratulate Collins. That was great to see. We're a little spoiled here on the Heartland Show. That's definitely one I expect to see every year, is Collins getting into a good deer and a good hunt. So pretty cool to see that one come together. Moving forward, today is the opener of the Illinois firearm season. So I know a lot of guys here on the Illinois side of the Heartland Show will be out participating in that. And then, there's still some really good days of the year, and the weather's still pretty timely. So I expect a lot of other guys to be out and some more action to bring you guys. I know next week we've got a kill from Jeff Dietz coming up that I'm really excited to see, and for all you guys to see as well. So good luck this weekend to anybody that's out there, and we'll see you guys right back here next week on the Heartland Show on Midwest Whitetail. Thanks for checking in with us.